In the quaint town of Quincy, Illinois, a family's idyllic facade concealed a dark and sinister reality. Timothy Bliefnick, a pillar of the community, devoted father and active church member, seemed to embody the very essence of small-town America. But beneath the surface of his seemingly perfect life, a cauldron of secrets, lies, and control was simmering, waiting to unleash a horror beyond imagination. The brutal murder of his wife, Rebecca, a beloved nurse and mother, would shatter the illusion of their perfect life, exposing a complex web of deceit, manipulation, and violence that would leave the community reeling in shock and disbelief. Welcome to Crime Tales Across Times, where we uncover real-life stories of tragedy and resilience. This story is not generated by AI, but carefully researched and crafted with love and respect for the victim and their loved ones. Our aim is to shed light on these events, honor the memories of those we've lost, and inspire reflection and vigilance in our own lives. Family Feud appearance. Timothy and Rebecca Bliefnick's appearance on Family Feud in 2019 seemed like a fun and lighthearted experience for the couple and their family. The episode, which aired in January 2020, showcased the Bliefnicks' competitive spirit and playful banter. However, Timothy's behavior during the show raised some eyebrows. As the game progressed, Timothy made several comments that were perceived as insensitive and off-color. He cracked jokes about his marriage, making lighthearted remarks about Rebecca being the boss of the family. While these comments might have been intended as humorous, they took on a more sinister tone in light of the events that would unfold in the years to come. Some viewers felt that Timothy's jokes crossed a line, revealing a more controlling and dismissive attitude towards Rebecca. His comments sparked a heated debate on social media, with some fans of the show expressing discomfort and concern for Rebecca's well-being. Despite the controversy, the Bliefnicks' episode of Family Feud was a memorable one, with the family showcasing their energy and enthusiasm for the game. However, in hindsight, Timothy's behavior on the show serves as a chilling reminder of the warning signs that often precede domestic violence. Rebecca's friends and family would later reveal that Timothy's controlling behavior and possessive nature were red flags that they had noticed long before the couple's appearance on Family Feud. Rebecca Bliefnick's background. Rebecca Bliefnick was a shining star in her community, renowned for her exceptional academic achievements, compassionate nursing career, and selfless dedication to her family and community. Born in 1981 in Quincy, Illinois, Rebecca's innate intelligence, strong work ethic, and unwavering commitment to excellence propelled her to graduate as valedictorian of her high school class. Her academic prowess continued to flourish as she pursued a degree in nursing, ultimately graduating summa cum laude. This impressive achievement not only demonstrated Rebecca's intellectual capabilities, but also reflected her passion for the nursing profession and her desire to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. As a devoted nurse, Rebecca provided compassionate care to her patients, earning their respect, trust, and gratitude. Her kindness, empathy, and expertise made her an outstanding healthcare professional, and her dedication to her craft inspired countless others in the medical community. Beyond her nursing career, Rebecca was an active and engaged member of her community. She volunteered her time and energy to various local causes, demonstrating her commitment to giving back and making a positive impact on the world around her. Most importantly, Rebecca was a loving and devoted mother to her 3 children. Her family was her rock, and she cherished every moment spent with them. Her love, guidance, and support helped shape her children into compassionate, intelligent, and confident individuals, and her influence on their lives will be deeply felt for years to come. Marriage and separation. Rebecca and Timothy Bliefnick's marriage, which began with promise and joy in 2009, would ultimately descend into a tumultuous and heartbreaking saga. The couple, who had seemingly built a life filled with love, laughter, and adventure, welcomed 3 beautiful children into their family. For nearly a decade, they navigated the ups and downs of married life, working together to raise their children and build a home filled with warmth and happiness. However, beneath the surface, subtle cracks began to form in the foundation of their relationship. The stress of daily life, the pressures of parenting, and the inevitable disagreements that arise in any marriage slowly began to erode the bond between Rebecca and Timothy. The love and affection that had once burned brightly began to flicker, and the couple found themselves increasingly at odds. In 2019, after 10 years of marriage, the tensions between Rebecca and Timothy finally reached a boiling point. The couple made the painful decision to separate, leaving their children to navigate the uncertain and often tumultuous landscape of a broken home. The separation marked the beginning of a protracted and acrimonious custody battle, with both Rebecca and Timothy fighting for control of their children's lives. As the custody battles raged on, the conflict between Rebecca and Timothy intensified. The once peaceful home was now a battleground. With the children caught in the crossfire, the situation grew increasingly dire, with Rebecca expressing concerns about Timothy's behavior and the safety of their children. Despite her fears, Rebecca remained steadfast in her commitment to protecting her children and ensuring their well-being, even as the situation continued to deteriorate. Rising tensions. The situation deteriorated to the point where court interventions became necessary. Judges and lawyers were drawn into the fray, attempting to mediate the disputes and establish some semblance of order. However, despite the best efforts of the court, the conflict between Rebecca and Timothy continued to simmer, threatening to boil over at any moment. Rebecca, fearing for her safety and the well-being of her children, took the drastic step of seeking protection orders. These legal safeguards were designed to provide a measure of security for Rebecca and her children, prohibiting Timothy from contacting or approaching them. However, Rebecca's fears went beyond Timothy alone. She also expressed concerns about his father, citing a sense of unease and apprehension whenever he was around. This added layer of complexity to the already fraught situation, as Rebecca struggled to navigate the treacherous landscape of her post-separation life. As the protection orders were put in place, Rebecca hoped that they would provide a measure of safety and security for her and her children. The fear that Rebecca felt was palpable, and it's a testament to her strength and resilience that she continued to fight for her children's well-being, even in the face of such overwhelming adversity. Despite the challenges she faced, Rebecca remained determined to protect her children, no matter the cost. Threats and precautions. In 2023, Rebecca reported a threatening comment from Timothy. "You'll be dead before you get any of my money." She purchased a gun safe for protection. Murder of Rebecca Bliefnick. February 23, 2023. On that fateful day, February 23, 2023, Rebecca's life was brutally cut short in a shocking act of violence. Police responded to a frantic 911 call, rushing to Rebecca's home, where they discovered a scene of utter devastation. Rebecca's body was found inside her home, bearing the signs of a brutal and calculated attack. She had been shot multiple times, with shell casings scattered around her lifeless body. The evidence pointed to a forced entry, with signs of a violent struggle evident throughout the home. As investigators began to process the crime scene, they made a chilling discovery. The shell casings found at the scene matched those discovered in Timothy's home. This damning evidence linked Timothy directly to the crime, painting a picture of a premeditated and ruthless act of violence. As the news spread, a sense of outrage and grief gripped the town. People couldn't understand why someone would commit such a heinous act, and why Rebecca, of all people, had been targeted. The investigation that followed would reveal a complex web of motives, lies, and deceit, all leading back to Timothy, the man who had once promised to love and protect Rebecca. Evidence against Timothy. As investigators dug deeper into the case, they uncovered a trove of incriminating evidence that further implicated Timothy in Rebecca's murder. A thorough search of his phone records revealed a disturbing pattern of internet searches, which seemed to indicate that Timothy had been planning and preparing for the crime. The search history showed that Timothy had been researching crowbars, homemade silencers, and police response times. These queries painted a chilling picture of a calculated and premeditated attack, with Timothy seemingly intent on avoiding detection and capture. But the digital evidence was only the beginning. A search of Timothy's home yielded a pair of gloves, which were later matched to fibers found at the crime scene. Even more damning was the discovery of shell casings in Timothy's home, which were identical to those found at the scene of Rebecca's murder. The cumulative effect of this evidence was overwhelming, and it seemed to confirm the worst fears of investigators. Timothy's internet searches, combined with the physical evidence found in his home, suggested a clear motive, means, and opportunity for the crime. As the case against Timothy continued to build, investigators couldn't help but wonder what had driven him to commit such a heinous act. Was it a desire for control, a twisted sense of revenge, or something even more sinister? The answers, much like the motives behind Rebecca's murder, remained shrouded in mystery, awaiting the revelations that would come to light in the trials and tribulations that followed. Legal proceedings. As the investigation into Rebecca's murder reached its climax, Timothy was taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder. The arrest marked a significant milestone in the case, as investigators and prosecutors worked tirelessly to build a robust and airtight case against Timothy. The prosecution, led by seasoned attorneys, presented a damning array of evidence against Timothy. They highlighted the physical findings, including the matching shell casings, gloves, and fibers, which placed Timothy squarely at the scene of the crime. But the prosecution didn't stop there. They also delved into the troubled history between Timothy and Rebecca, revealing a pattern of animosity and control that had simmered beneath the surface of their relationship. Witnesses testified about Timothy's volatile behavior, his penchant for manipulation, and his increasingly erratic actions in the months leading up to Rebecca's murder. Timothy Bliefnick was found guilty of first-degree murder and home invasion in the tragic killing of his wife, Rebecca. The prosecution presented a robust case, weaving a narrative that portrayed Timothy as a calculating and ruthless individual driven by a desire for power and control. The jury ultimately found the evidence compelling enough to deliver a guilty verdict. Timothy now faces the possibility of life imprisonment. The case serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of domestic violence and the importance of holding perpetrators accountable for their actions. The community, which had been shaken by Rebecca's tragic murder, can now begin the process of healing and seeking justice for the victim and her loved ones. As the community grappled with the aftermath of Rebecca's murder, they also came together to support her children, who had lost not only their mother, but also their sense of security and stability. The outpouring of love, support, and generosity from the community served as a testament to the power of compassion and the importance of coming together in times of tragedy. Stay tuned to Crime Tales Across Times for more gripping true crime stories that uncover the depths of human betrayal and the relentless pursuit of justice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this story moved you.